Hey guys, it's Tanesha and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a Q&A about my freshman year of college and just like school overall. I've been taking polls on my Instagram and have had like the question bank where people can ask questions. So I've had that. I've been collecting some questions over the past few months. So let's get started. So I have like a piece of paper here of the questions that people have been asking. If you see me looking down, that's what it's for. So the first question was, would I ever consider traveling nursing? And for those who don't know what traveling nursing is, normally once you graduate, become a nurse, you get hired at like a hospital and you work at that one hospital for however amount of time that you're going to be there. But travel nursing is when you're a nurse who has the ability to move to different hospitals for different periods of time. Then you may move to, you could stay within the state, or you can move from state to state. But from what I understand, you can have a job at a hospital for like weeks at a time, 2 months at a time, 2 years at a time, and then they'll say, okay, we're good, we don't need you anymore, we're going to move you to this hospital at this place for this amount of time. So it's like you're transferred, kind of. I would consider traveling nursing, but it wouldn't be like my top choice. The next thing is one thing you would tell a freshman going into college. Personally, my freshman year was definitely one to remember, both good and bad. First semester was definitely really rough on me, and I'll do a separate video story time of how and why it was really rough. But first semester was really rough and it was a big adjustment. It was good and bad. But one thing I'll definitely tell a freshman just going into college is don't over stress about things. It's only one test. It's only one class, and it's only 1 year in your life. So if you fail a test, if you fail a class, it's not the end of the world. I would obsess about my grades and like, oh my word, if I have to get this grade in the class. And I'll just tell freshmen to just lighten up. Don't worry about it so much and enjoy your time, because it honestly, freshman year went by so incredibly fast. So fast. It flew by. Like, it feels like freshman year was an eternity ago, but at the same time, it feels like it flew by like crazy. Like in the moment, it doesn't feel like it's flying by. It feels like you're crawling by. But once you look at it week by week or like month by month, you're like, whoa, I'm not a freshman anymore, and it's crazy. But yeah, definitely to not worry and over stress about things, because it's not going to be the end of the world. The next question was the hardest class in college that I've had so far. So I'm going to do a freshman summary covering like all the classes I took and everything that happened last semester. But the hardest class for me, at least the top 2 hardest classes for me, were anatomy and microbiology so far. Out of the 2, probably microbiology was the hardest. I enjoyed the labs definitely more than I enjoyed the lectures, but definitely anatomy and microbiology were my toughest classes. So someone asked, what are some pros and cons of being a commuter? So if you guys don't know, I was a commuter the entire freshman year. I didn't dorm. I don't drive yet, so my dad would drop me off before work. So he starts at 7, so he would have to drop me off at like 5:45 at the school. So one of the cons of commuting is that you have to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, even though my earliest class didn't start till like 8 or 9. But besides that, I did like being there early because I could just relax before my class. 3 of the days I had an 8 a.m. The rest of the days I had like an 11 a.m. class, and then I had a night class. Being there from like 5 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night was definitely a con. I would be at school pretty much 12 hours a day. So that was definitely a con, just being there for so long. But a pro is that personally, like I said, since freshman year was kind of rough, I enjoyed coming back home every day. So con, definitely didn't like waking up that early when I didn't need to. Obviously in the nursing program, classes start like at 6:30, so I'll have to wake up that early, which is fine. Being there for like 12 hours was definitely con, but I did like being there early. Oh, and also the traffic going back home was really bad, so it's like 20 or 30 minutes going there without traffic, and then when they would pick me up from school, it would take me like an hour and a half to get home. So traffic was pretty bad. If I was dorming, obviously I wouldn't have that problem, but I did like being there early, and I did like the fact that I could go home every day. Next question, someone asked, why did I choose nursing? If you guys haven't yet watched my video about why I chose nursing instead of to become a doctor, go check that out. I'll put the link in the description down below. The main reason why I chose to become a nurse instead of a doctor is the patient relationship. Personally, I'm a very big people person. I liked that nursing is more like the nurturing and like helping your patient through until they leave the hospital or till the end of the shift, versus a doctor, which goes in, diagnoses, sees them a couple times, and that's it. Hopefully that made sense. I'm not sure. I like caring for people, and like I said, I wanted that patient relationship. About 3 years of nursing school to go, but I think we'll make it. Maybe. Possibly. By the skin of our teeth, but we'll be fine. Next question are, what are your study tips and how did you study through freshman year of college? So I'm going to do a video on all my studying tips and how I got the grades that I got and how I finished freshman year. But in a nutshell, repetition, totally repetition, teaching it. I had a study group that I would meet up with a friend of mine, and we would write stuff on a board and teach it to each other, and like just read through our notes and test each other. So that definitely really helped. Find yourself a study buddy, because that totally helps. And I feel like that really helped us through the classes that we studied together. Those are the main ones. Find a study buddy, repetition, teach it, say it out loud, read your notes out loud, definitely helps, and rewrite your notes. Like I said, I'm going to do a video on that, so keep an eye out for that. But briefly, those are my study tips. Someone asked, what type of nursing do you want to go into? As of now, I'm not sure yet. Definitely want to wet my feet in multiple specialties. I was interested, or still am interested, in pediatrics or labor and delivery. I don't know, I love kids. I'm not sure if I like sick kids though, so we'll have to see once we start clinicals. Definitely in the beginning, I would want to start out in a general specialty versus like a very specialized like pediatrics or labor and delivery. So we'll see. I'm definitely open to all types of specialties, and I guess we'll just see how that changes throughout nursing school and clinicals. So the next question is, how long does it take to become a nurse? So generally, these are the main two ways you can become a nurse. Obviously, there are many more different avenues that you could do before you get these degrees, but you could either get your ADN or your BSN. So your ADN takes 2 years, and it's your associates in nursing. Your BSN is your Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and usually takes 4 to 5 years. So it really depends on how long you want to be in school for and what you're working towards. I know some people who go for their associates first, so they can start working and then go to a accelerated bachelor's degree program. Nowadays, a lot of hospitals recommend getting your bachelor's at the very least, so that's what I'm going for. I'm going for my bachelor's, so I'll be in school for 3 more years. However, you want to start working first, a lot of people do go for their ADN and then go for an accelerated BSN. So it really depends. The main two are your ADN and your BSN. Another friend of mine asked, what are some things that I expected to happen in freshman year versus what are some things that I didn't expect to happen? So obviously I expected the classes to be hard. I mean, nursing program, especially for this college, is not known to be easy, and nursing school overall is not easy. Like I said, first semester was pretty rough because it was a big transition, and I'll explain that transition in a separate video, but I didn't expect how hard the sciences were going to be compared to my previous studies, without spilling too much. But some things I didn't expect, how hard the transition was going to be. Didn't expect how competitive people were. The program is pretty competitive, but I just didn't realize what people would do to get into the program. So yeah, so those are just some of the questions that people have asked me regarding my freshman year of college. If you guys have any more questions or wondering anything about my freshman year or the nursing program I'm going into or anything at all, just leave it in the comment section down below and I'll answer you guys as best as I can. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys did, give it a big thumbs up. It really helps me figure out what type of topics you guys are enjoying and what type of videos I should make more of. And if you guys like the type of content I'm putting out, then subscribe down below. Turn your notification bell on so that way you guys can be notified every time I post. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video.